This is my first project. This is a CNC standalone lathe that I built. I've used the Next Waste product before, but I wanted a larger one so I could cut a bigger roller. That's what I use it for primarily, is making rollers. And the beauty of a CNC is that once you make a roller, you can make it any shape you want, and you just turn it on and let it run. While this was cutting, I had a project over to the right on my regular. I've got a 2 foot by 4 foot HD4 over to your right, and while this was running, I was cutting a project on that, and then I also have a laser engraver behind us, and that's running at the same time. So while these were running, I was setting over by the door with the fan on because it is a little warm today, and I was sanding some of the projects that I finished. So these three machines were working for me while I was sanding another project that I was finishing. So that's the beauty of a CNC. Once you get it started, it'll sit there and work on its own. What it's doing now is the rough cut, and it just shifted to start cutting out the end of the rollers. It takes 6 passes, and if you count them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you can actually see them. I've sped it up now so that unless you're a lot faster than I am, you won't be able to count it. But that way it won't take as long for it to complete. It takes about 2 hours once I loaded this for it to go. And it is my first project, so I'm kind of hovering around it to make sure everything's working right and everything's tight, because I built this assembly and are testing it. I zoomed in a little bit so you could see it. It's taking the passes. And that air collection system I don't have a brush system. I just collect the fine dust, because it's the fine dust that messes up your bearings. This heavy dust and debris doesn't even travel upward. When I was done, I wiped my bearings before I started. Now it's shifted over to the other side, you can see. And when I wiped my bearings, they were clean, and when this was done, there was no fine dust on it. So that little dust collection system is grounded, and it does pick it up. I've shut the lights out because I've left the shop and went to, if you noticed on the other side, it didn't go all the way around. See, this is going all the way around and cleans it up. The other side, it didn't do that. Now it's finishing the top. This is the finish pass on the top of the roller. See that little, on the left side, you can see that piece of wood still hanging on there. So what I did is I went inside, and that's where my computer is. I hate to have it out in the shop, so I designed a program just to cut that piece out. That I didn't want to have to run the thing all over again, so I just did a little bit of a little longer cut on that side. And I did it for the right side because when I programmed it, I thought we'd have the same issue on the right and left side. I didn't make it long enough, so what I'm doing now is changing my 0 on my A axis, which is a rotary axis, so it cuts it out again, but just goes a little bit farther because there was a little lip there. And it's a lot easier to cut it with that than it is to sand it. I'm cleaning it up now and changing the bits because I'm going to carve my name in that roller. Again, this is a test, so I'm going to do that, but I'm not going to show it to you today. It's on another video that I'll try to get done tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. Depends on how I feel and how much work we've got to do. But I appreciate you watching. Thanks, and enjoy. Have fun with your CNC. You can make this project on your regular Shark CNC lathe. The problem is it won't be as large as diameter as this one is. This is 3.25 inches, so it's a little bigger diameter. Have fun. Take care.